Success for the USSR on this day of October 4th, 1957 with the launch of Sputnik 1. The world's first artificial Earth satellite launched this evening at 7:28 p.m., currently traveling at 4.971 miles per hour. The 405-pound satellite is in an elliptical low Earth orbit at exactly 359 miles above the surface of the Earth. The journey was launched by Sergei Korolev, who dates back to December 1954, when he first proposed this idea to Dmitry Antoinou, who was then the Minister of Defense Industries. Sputnik's current purpose is to record space temperatures. That data is received by officials on the ground in beep transmissions. It is expected for the satellite to remain in orbit until January 4th of the upcoming year. What a wonderful evening for the USSR, and it will only get better as the launch of Sputnik 2 carrying the dog Leica is scheduled for next month. Now let's tune in for the press conference with Sergei Korolev at the launch complex. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we successfully launched Sputnik 1 into orbit. It is October 4th, 1957. I, as head of the project, believe that Sputnik will soon be in the museums. I will now open the session up for questioning.
Sergei, how were you able to track Sputnik?
Well, Sputnik was polished to a high sheen to aid tracking by telescope.
Sergei.
How are you able to communicate with Sputnik?
Well, Sputnik records space temperatures and contains two radio transmitters which relays the information to the ground. Sputnik goes beep, 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 and its transmissions can be heard around the world. Thank you.
Sputnik was a major advancement in technology during the Cold War times. Although the folks on the US side thought it to be a spy satellite, it really was to measure space temperatures. The technology at the time was phenomenal and would open up many doors to not only space technology, but the everyday technology that we know and love.
Come in.
Oh, Mr. Dmitry, how are you today?
Fine, thank you. Sergei, what brings you into my presence?
Well, I believe we should develop an artificial satellite orbiting.
An Earth-orbiting satellite.
See, yes, it is something the Americans do not have. And with the development of the R7, we can get ahead in technology during the war against the US.
And what would the satellite do?
Record space temperature, sir.
And this would be good to Soviet Russia. Why?
Technology?
I am not fully convinced, but if you can work a little harder on a decent pitch, you could have some potential. Bring it up with the board at the next meeting. Get out.
We meet today to discuss the state of Sergei Korolev's idea on an artificial Earth-orbiting satellite. Can we have the Secretary of Voting read the verdict of the board vote?
Last week, on July 29, 1955, the United States President Dwight D. Eisenhower announced that the U.S. would not launch an unofficial satellite during this International Geophysical Year. Due to this, the USSR does not see a need to launch this undeveloped technology during these stressful war times. What the future could have held with Sputnik will remain unknown, and the USSR will continue to operate as usual. Thank you.
Excellent. I, Nikita Sergei-Khrushchev, the de facto leader of the Soviet Union, permit the aborting meeting to be adjourned.
If Sputnik had been launched, we could have been a superpower and threatened the United States, but since it wasn't, we have to focus on alternative ideas and innovating our plans.
April 17th, 1957. Sputnik has not been approved. The feelings of anger and frustration are overpowering my thoughts. I have wasted days of thinking and preparing for what could have separated us from America. It saddens me to just think of everything that could have been with this technological advancement. It would have opened so many doors in the world of science and technology. Being the expert that I am in engineering and technology, I promise that this will not stop Russia, and we will push ahead of America one way or another.
Hello, today let's find out what kids do in their spare time. Hi, what do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, there's not much to do around here, so usually I just knit with my cats.
Right.
I know.
Okay, let's go see what other people like to do. Excuse me.
Yes?
What do you like to do in your free time?
I like to come here to study for the SAT.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey!
What do you like to do in your free time?
I actually think I enjoy waxing my grandmother's back. It actually grows at a pretty surprising rate.
Interesting. Have fun.
Thanks!
Well, that's it for today. Tune in next time to see what other people do in their free time. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jane Smith from ABC News. Today, December 5th, 1957, a satellite was launched from the NACA Center, the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics. This is the first of its kind, an amazing feat for the Americans. Sadly, the satellite failed to reach orbit, so this day isn't as exciting as it could have been. I guess it's back to the drawing board for the United States.
Good evening, Mr. Khrushchev.
Hello.
I'm glad you agreed to speak with me today.
Yes, I am too.
I think peace is an extremely viable option.
Yes, I actually think it will benefit both of our countries greatly.
So you'll sign the document?
I will, in fact.
Okay.
Always a step ahead of the other. Is this a game of outrun the blunder? Tensions of nations are so high. Who's got the shiny new toy in the sky? Set up a bug to scope out the air. Next they'll burst up a dog to prepare. Shining in space as would a gem, these metal diamonds.